In the heart of a quiet forest, far from towns and noise, there lived a wise old owl named Oliver. He spent most of his time sitting high on the tallest tree, silently observing everything below. Oliver rarely spoke, but when he did, every animal stopped to listen, because his words were always full of wisdom. One bright morning, a group of young birds flew by and noticed Oliver. One of the young birds giggled and said, "Look at that old owl. He just sits there all day doing nothing." Another replied, "Yeah, he must be the most boring bird in the whole forest." They laughed loudly, not knowing that Oliver could hear every word. But Oliver, he didn't respond. He simply smiled to himself and continued watching. Days passed. One afternoon, the young birds spotted something shiny on the ground near a bush. It was a piece of bread. Excited, they chirped loudly and rushed down without thinking. But just as they started eating, snap! A net dropped over them, a trap left by a hunter. They flapped their wings wildly, cried for help, but they were stuck. From high in his tree, Oliver had seen it all. He flew down calmly and looked at the trapped birds. Without saying, "I told you so," he simply said, "Shiny things on the ground aren't always gifts, and noise often brings danger." The young birds looked at him with regret. Oliver flew off into the forest. Soon he returned, this time with a friendly deer. The deer carefully chewed through the ropes and freed the birds. The young birds were quiet now, humbled. One of them whispered, "Thank you, Oliver. We were foolish." Oliver looked at them gently and replied, "Sometimes silence is the best teacher. Wisdom doesn't shout. It watches, listens, and waits." From that day on, the young birds chirped a little softer, watched a little more, and always listened when the wise old owl spoke. Moral of the story: don't judge others by how loud they are. Wisdom doesn't always make noise, but it always makes sense.